You know, I wasn't born into money, not even close. I grew up in a tiny rundown apartment in a forgotten neighborhood where the walls were so thin I could hear the neighbors argue every night. My mom worked two jobs, my dad wasn't around much, and most nights we had more bills than food on the table. I remember standing in line at the grocery store with food stamps in my hand, watching the cashier avoid eye contact while the people behind me pretended not to stare. That shame burned deep inside me. But here's the thing. That shame, it became fuel. Fuel I didn't even realize I'd use one day.
I was working a dead-end job at a warehouse. Minimum wage, 12-hour shifts. My hands hurt, my back hurt, but what hurt the most was realizing I was stuck. One night, after a long shift, I sat in my car in the parking lot. I cried. Yeah, I'm not ashamed to admit it now. Tears rolled down my face because I thought, is this it? Is this my life? And then, something inside me snapped. I told myself, no, this cannot be the end of my story. I refuse to be another forgotten name, another statistic.
I started small. I didn't have money to invest. I didn't have connections. But I had one thing: time. Every night after work, instead of watching TV or complaining, I studied. Business books, YouTube tutorials, podcasts, anything I could get for free. I learned about saving, side hustles, entrepreneurship. I tried selling old stuff online. At first, I made $20 here, $50 there, but the moment I made my first $100 without trading my time for it, I felt something change inside me. It wasn't just about the money. It was proof that I could create, that I could build.
But success isn't a straight line. Just when things were finally picking up, I lost my job at the warehouse. At first, I thought it was the end. Rent was due, bills were piling up, and I was staring at an eviction notice on my door. But losing that job was actually the best thing that ever happened to me, because it forced me to go all in. I launched a small online business, reselling items, flipping things I found cheap. Then I started offering services. I learned digital marketing, design, anything I could monetize. And slowly, painfully, dollar by dollar, it grew. There were nights I went to bed hungry. Mornings I woke up terrified. But with every risk I took, I grew stronger. Years later, I look back at that person in the parking lot crying in his car, and I barely recognize him. Now I run my own business. I employ people. I provide for my family. And most importantly, I broke the cycle. I'm no longer just surviving. I'm living. And you know what? It wasn't luck. It wasn't connections. It was simply refusing to quit, no matter how bad things got.
If you're listening to this right now, sitting in a small apartment, working a job you hate, feeling stuck, I want you to hear me. You are not stuck. Your current situation is not your final destination. Take one step today. Learn one new thing. Start one small side hustle. Save $1. Whatever it is, do it. Because if a broke kid from a broken home can turn his life around and build wealth, then so can you. The only question is, will you start today?